We've had a few busy days on the plot, so the easiest way is to do a bit of a video update of what we've been up to. First thing was, the greenhouse did get tidied up and the tomatoes did get planted. For a change, far end of the greenhouse we've planted a pepper in the middle, a melon on the left of the pepper, and to the right a cucumber. It's a Burpless Tasty Green. It's an outdoor one, so it may not like it in the greenhouse. One of our major tasks was to erect some sort of frame to protect our red currants, which are ripening quite quickly now. Left unprotected, blackbirds will just devour the lot. We've tried to make the cage a bit taller in past. It's just been over the top of the bushes and it's made picking difficult because you soon get backache. So it's now just over 6 foot, and we're hoping it will last a couple of years before we need to do any more renovation work. There are not many fruit cages that allow for a self-sown hawthorn tree through the roof of the cage. It seems to be stopping the blackbirds at the moment. If we head over this side, it's going to be a bit tricky because the sun's really bright and very low in the sky. It's 6:45. Still a few people down here getting jobs done. Just heard somebody say it's going to rain next week, so maybe it's best we're almost up to date. So this bed, which already had sweet peas planted, now has summer and winter squash. Summer squash next to the peas, winter squash crown prince, and then we've planted some onward peas in the next row. We've also managed to plant out all our climbing French beans and runner beans. Climbing French on the first 2 rows facing us, and then our runner beans in these 2 rows. All our spare tomato plants have been planted outside in this bed. They usually just look like they're going to provide plenty of fruit, and then blight strikes, but maybe this year will be a good year. So we'll now head over to the other side of the allotment to see what else we've been up to this week. We have had rather a good week. It's been better than the weather forecast said. The odd shower. The main problem for us at the moment is it is very dry. We just cannot dig any more beds at the moment. I'll show you one of the beds that we want to dig next. This is our messy area, but today we got our sweet corn planted up with a bit of spare ground at this side. The variety is Early Bird. If we have a wander down this part, these are Vivaldi potatoes. They've been earthed up today. Hopefully the next thing we'll be harvesting those. Our parsnip bed is a disaster. We gave the parsnips a month and a bit and they hadn't come up, and then we've resown them all this week. Perhaps it was slugs, perhaps it was just the weather that stopped them germinating. Don't really know. Whew. That's rather a long shadow. We were a bit concerned about peas coming up that we'd sown directly, but these are on wood and these have come up really well. Not too much weevil damage at the moment, so we may do alright there. We've harvested a couple of our autumn onions. Most of them did sort of go to seed a little bit, but there's plenty of usable onion. Our broad beans Robin Hood, a second crop, have finally germinated and are looking okay. In this bed it's our courgette plants. God, I've forgotten what they were then, thought they were squash. These are our courgette plants. Defender, a green variety, and a Tina Polka, a yellow variety. We have some tiny courgettes just started, and I've sown some additional courgettes this week to try and get a late crop. If we head over this side, these are Sue's annual cut flowers. They've not germinated that well. She may well be adding some additional seeds in there to get a few more to germinate. And our carrot bed suffered the same fate as parsnips. Nothing germinated. They've all been resown this week. We'll have to wait and see what happens now. I'm fairly sure there's some birds' nests in this elder, otherwise it will get chopped. But it does look just right for some elderflower cordial. And apparently there's a waiting list for plots. Doesn't like it to me. And finally, today's job was planting leeks. 3 varieties: Below Zero, Blue Soleils and Giant Winter. So, all in all, not a bad week. And we've even more strawberries ready. I think that's it for this week. I did notice our Victoria plum has lots of Victoria plums. They can't possibly all plum at the moment. There's just too many. Still, can but hope. That's all that's left of our early rhubarb. Looks like it needs a really, really good water, and it might send some new, fresh leaves. Have to see. Now, round the back of the greenhouse, back of the fruit cage. Ooh, I wonder if that looks as bad when it appears on a computer screen as it does now. we may be going to get another shower. The cracks on the plot are getting thicker. This is the next bit I'd like to try and cultivate. I don't think I've much chance. It needs some rain. We'll probably get some now though, because it's a strawberry picking season. The first strawberries of the season are ready. These are Cupid. The first punnet of the season. We've been through a spell with no vegetables at all. May is a very lean month for us, but I'm hoping under this mesh are some calibres, only small heads but ready for picking. These heads are definitely big enough for us. If we leave them to become giants, we'll just have some going to seed before we use them all, so it's best to use them when they're little like this, even if we have to use two. These two heads will be most welcome after our vegetableless May.